My name is Darian. I'm an independent designer with couture. I posted earlier a picture of a truck that I did on a reverse canvas, and I'm going to show you that today. Hi, Alice. Alright, so this is my reverse canvas. It's basically just a canvas that I bought, and then what I do is I turn it on the back side, and I just take an X-Acto knife and I cut around the frame, and then it takes out the canvas, and then inside the canvas there's like a wooden frame, and it basically just looks like the frame that I posted earlier, and then you can stain it, but this is how it comes out. And then I just cut off the excess part, and then the frame will go over top of it. So I did half of it already. This is one of the transfers that they have, and then the truck is also a transfer. And then the wording that I did in the picture, that is off of my Cricut, and the flowers as well. Those are felt flowers. So we will get started. For my border that I'm making, I've got 3 of the couture paste. These ones are water soluble. They are easy to remove with just water. You just spray water and you scrub it off and they come off. But for the paste, you want to put those on things that you want to wash off on, so like chalkboards, canvases. The paste, or I'm sorry, the ink that they have, that one is permanent, so you could use that on like shirts. For like me, I do Cricut, so it's a different alternative other than vinyl. So for the border, I'm using the black, I'm using gray, this is called Storm, and then this one's Peony Pink. And then here's the transfer. The couture transfers are reusable. You just have to wash them each time you use them. So you can see I've used it already for half of it. But the parts that I haven't used, I'm going to use those for the rest of my border. And if you guys are watching, go ahead and share my video and like it. I'm offering 40% off my chalk site. So if you're interested, just comment shared and share my video, and then I'll get back with you. And I'll send you my chalk site, and you can order anything off of there, 40% off. But before you order it, let me know. Just message me, and then I'll order it for you and send you the invoice, so that way you get the 40% off. But anyway, so to know where I'm going to put my transfer, I just took the frame and I just traced around the canvas, so I know where my border is going to be showing outside of the frame. But I'm just lining it up. How's everybody doing today? Hey Michelle, how you doing? We got Chuck on here. Chucky, get your wife to chalk with me. You can have a chalk party. Alright, so for the dots, I'm using the Peony, or Pink, I don't know if I'm saying it right. So the chalk paste dries pretty quick, so I'm going to smear it on, and then I'm going to pull it off, and it dries quick, so if you let it dry on, then it kind of comes off with the transfer. Their transfers are silk screen transfer, so the parts that you see that are blue are the parts where the ink's not going to go through, and the parts where you see my canvas through, that's the part where your color is going to show up on, and it's like a screen. And then to wash it afterwards, I just bought a plastic storage bin, and I'll just put water in it and soak it in there for a few minutes, and then I just scrub it off with a sponge. And it comes off pretty easy. It just stains a little bit, some of the colors, like the black stains and the red stains I found. So you just put your color on and just smear it across. Try and get it nice and even. This is the squeegee. They have bigger ones, like this one here. But this one's just cut into a smaller piece so I can get to the small details better. if you just popped on, go ahead and share my video. I'm offering 40% off my chalk site. And at the end, once you comment that you shared, I will get back with you and you can go on my chalk site and let me know what you want to order, and then I'll set the order for you and I'll send you the invoice so you get the 40% off. This is Chalk Couture transfers. And it dries pretty quick, but just for me to hurry up so I don't bore you guys to death with all my details. When you open up the paste, it's kind of thick, so you can just spray some distilled water in it and just mix it up. And you want it to look like yogurt. I don't really eat yogurt, so I don't know what it looks like, but I just get it to where it looks like you could eat it, I guess. But I've already used it today, so it's consistent the way I want it to be. But if you do too thick, it'll dry really fast. And if you do it too thin, it'll bleed underneath your transfer. Or it just doesn't look very even. But I'm going to do this side like this and then the other side, and that's my border. And then after that, we'll do the truck, and I'll show you how I do my felt flowers. Those are from my Cricut that I made, and then the words from the picture I posted earlier, that is just a stencil that I made from my Cricut as well. And that just shows how versatile Chalk Couture is. You could use pretty much anything with it. Hey, Crystal. I think today is the first day of fall, but it looks more like love bug season to me. And they're everywhere. I even have them in the house. I don't know how they got into the house. I think they're jumping on my dogs and getting in the house. But I hate them. Alright, so the next one is the pink dots, peony, whatever you want to call it. I think it's peony. I don't know. Yeah, no love bugs in Alabama. Must be nice. I opened up my front door and it looked like a love bug cemetery. It's like they all come to my front door to just die. Thanks, I get it from my mama. Alright, and then we got one more, which is the gray part, and then we go to the other side. I'm gonna even it back up. I'm not very good with like getting things even, but the good thing is you can see behind your transfer. Alright, this one's the Storm, I think it's called. Storm. And these are all pastes that I'm using today. The paste that you can remove with water. They have ink, but the ink is permanent, and I'm not using that on the canvas because I don't need it to be permanent. missed the end here. I hope the blow dryer is not too loud. Louisiana has love bugs? I thought it was just Florida. I think they made them at UF or something, and I don't know. Freak experiment, I think. Worst experiment if you ask me. They're all over your cars and your windows, like in your hair. It's like every time I walk outside, they just run in my hair and they get stuck. Alright, I'm lining it up with the pencil marking that I did for the frame so I see my transfer good when it's done. And then we'll do again what we just did. I'm going to start off with the gray since I just used it and it's got my wedge dirty. Make sure I got it on right. There. All right. I about lost my wedge in my paste. One of the good things about the silk screen transfers is you don't have to be like super crafty or artistic. Like it's not like painting where you have to have a good hand or, you know, this you just smear some paste on it and it comes out pretty much the same every time. And these are nice because you can reuse them. So this is the second time I've used this one today. I made the truck that I posted on my D Designs page, and that's what I'm going to make today again. But I think it says that they guarantee 8 to 12 times, I think, but I've heard people say they use them more than that. You just have to make sure that you take care of them and you clean them afterwards so the paste doesn't get stuck in the screen part. Good job, Dan. Dan, tell Wendy to come and do a paste party with me. We'll have lots of fun, have some wine and cheese. $23 what? Okay, good. We'll have to get together someday. If you guys are just popping on, you can share my video and just comment shared, and I'm offering 40% off my chalk site today. So after this video, I will message you and I'll send you to my site, and if there's anything on there that you'd like, let me know and then I'll order it for you and I'll send you an invoice. So that way you can get the 40% off. But on the chalk site, they have different size transfers. There's like so many different kinds of transfers on there. They even have like words if you don't have a Cricut and can't do like your own stencil like I did. But they have different pastes, different colors. They have the inks, the ones that are permanent. They have their own surfaces. This canvas I just bought, I think it was Hobby Lobby. But they have like chalkboards on there and other kinds of things like different white wood signs. And their surfaces fit for their transfers. So if you don't want to, you know, go out and find a surface that fits your transfer, it's a good thing. Alright, we're almost done with this border. We can get started on the truck. I think the truck is spun. Hey Miranda. The bunch of people I used to work with on here. How's everybody doing? The excess paste that I'm taking off, you can just throw it back in your tub here. All right, we got one more line to do. Missed my spot. All right, this is the last one for the border. It's black. If I miss your comments, I'm sorry. I'll get back to you whenever the video is done. It's kind of hard to keep up with the things that pop up on there. All right. Alright, so here's the border so far. This right up here, right here, that's going to be behind my frame, so it's okay I messed up. But either way, you could just wash it off with water. Alright, so now we're going to do the truck. And for the truck, I'm just going to do the same colors that I did in my picture, which is the red and the teal. And for the truck, that's also paste. Water soluble or mousse with water, just scrub it down. Alright, this one is the red, it's candy apple. And then this one is couture teal. And this is the couture paste. I don't know if you can see it, there. I figured out how to flip my video. The last one, it was reversed, so nobody could read anything. Alright, so the truck transfer comes in one piece like this. And then I just cut it in half. But we're gonna do this piece first. It's like the body of the car. And this is my second time using it because they are reusable silk transfers. But you see that the red kind of stained it, but it's clean. I'm going to line my transfer up with my border, which is one good thing about it because I'm so bad at lining things up. Just press down, get all the air bubbles out so your paste doesn't seep through. I'm going to start off with the red. So the red, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like yogurt. I don't like yogurt, so I can't really tell you for sure if it looks like yogurt, but it looks like you could eat it, but I'm not going to eat it. Alright, where did my squeegee go? So like I said, the paste dries pretty quick, so I might just do half the truck and then let it dry and then do the other side of the truck. Rosary, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while. And Jen. How are you guys doing? Rosaries looks like she's been traveling the world. Alright, before it dries, I'm going to pull up half my transfer so it doesn't stick to my screen. I'll let it dry real quick. It's still a little wet. Hey Sadie, if you guys are just popping on, you can share my video and then just comment that you shared, and afterwards I'll get with you. I'm offering 40% off my chalk site. So I'll send you my website after this and you can take a look at it. If there's anything you want on there, let me know and then I will send you an invoice for it and get it sent to you. That way you can get the 40% off. On the chalk site, they have chalk paste, there's different colors. They also have the chalk ink. The paste is water soluble, so it's removable. The ink you can use on like shirts or anything that you're going to be washing, so that's why it's permanent. They also have different transfers, so like right now I'm using the farm truck, but I just did the border. That one was a transfer as well. The transfers are silkscreen and they are reusable. So you can use them over and over. The chalk site also has surfaces that fit their transfer specifically. But this canvas I just bought from Hobby Lobby when they were having a sale on their canvases. And this is a reverse canvas that I'm doing. How do you know when it is wet? Well, from like this one here, you can kind of see where it's like a little glossy and you can just tell it's wet. But I just put a blow dry over it and that way it dries quicker, because if I lay my thing back down, it might dry onto my thing and pull up the paste with it. But the paste, you can spray like distilled water in it and mix it up, and you get it to where you want it to look like yogurt, and that way it goes on nice and smooth. And if you do it too thick, it'll dry really quick and get like really chalky. And then if you do it too thin, it'll run underneath your transfer. Alright, so that's the body of the car, or truck. Most of y'all know I love my Cricut to death. But the good thing with this is it's not, I mean, it's kind of expensive, I guess, but with this it lasts a lot longer. Like these pastes probably last me, I don't know how long, but I've used them a couple times and you can't even tell that I've used them. But anyways, with the ink, so I do like a lot of shirts and things. The vinyl's so expensive, and if you mess up on it, then you have to pretty much throw out your vinyl, like it's no good. But with this, it lasts a long time and it's just easier to use, I think. Alright, so now that you can tell it's dry, or I can tell, I don't know if you can, but it's not very shiny, so I know it's dry. It kind of just looks like it's dull, I guess you'd say. Alright, so here's the rest of the truck. I guess I'll show you. So where the part where it's like see-through, that's the screen part, that's where your color is going to go through, and then the teal blue part, that is where the color is not going to go through. So I'm going to stick it and get it aligned with the outer edge of the red. Alright. Alright, so I'm using the couture teal for the rest of the truck. And you can see it's kind of like liquidy a little bit. And that's how I want it. And spray my squeegee. And I just wash my transfers afterward in like a little tub, like a storage tub. And I just fill it up with water, and then I just scrub the paste off with a sponge. And then I just stick it back onto the white backing. Alright, so everywhere you see white and then you can see the red, that's going to be where my teal is going. So you just smear it on. I try to get it even because when I pull it off, some places you can see where it's kind of like thicker than others. I mean, it's just, that's this thing, I like it to be all one consistency. And then the rest, whenever you smear off to get it even, you can just put it back into your jar. Because I'm cheap and I like to save every last drop. I've seen some people do ombre too, so if you wanted to do, I don't know, if you were doing like a flower or something, instead of just doing one color, they'll drop like 2 different colors or 3 different colors onto the flower, for example, and then they just smear it that way, and it kind of gives you like an ombre effect. So it's not just one color. I haven't done that yet, but I can do a video one day on it. All right, so I did half my truck. I'm gonna pull it up so it doesn't dry. So when we're done with the truck, I will show you how I do my felt flowers. I've already got them pre-cut because it takes a little bit to get them out, but I'll show you how I fold them and then I'll put them on here and I'll show you. Oh, and the wording. I made my stencil with the Cricut. It just says fresh cut flowers. And I'm going to be using the chalk paste to put it on. Hey Natalie and Olivia, how you guys doing? This is chalk couture, by the way, if anybody's just jumping on. There's silk screen transfers. I'm using the chalk paste. It's removable with water. And I'm doing a reverse canvas farm truck. And Olivia has a Cricut too, so she'll see me use my felt flowers and my stencil with it. Alright, my truck's done. While that's drying, so here's the stencil that I had cut the fresh cut flowers with. I'm gonna try and reuse it, hopefully it works. But if you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm gonna press it on. The way I use it is I just get a sponge and then I dip it in the paste and then I just press it on. And it doesn't really run underneath that much, so that's good. I'm gonna get my R on. Let me grab my sponge really quick, hang on. Okay, sorry. This is the sponge I'm using. Alright, so this one is the Storm. This is the same color that we used for my border. And I just dip a little bit. I don't use too much because I don't want it to run underneath my stencil. But from here out, I'm using Cricut stuff, except for the paste. The paste is chalk couture. And I just dab it on. The difference I found so far with the Cricut transfer stencil is that they're not really reusable. This is the second time I'm using it, but it might not turn out as good. And the other thing is, I don't even think you can wash them because then they don't stick anymore. And then the Cricut does not have the silk screen, so it doesn't always come out as smooth as the silk screen for chalk couture. But that's the one difference I found. But I do like that I can pretty much make whatever I want still with my Cricut and then just use the paste instead of like vinyl or whatever. Because the vinyl is really expensive. So after I get my fresh cut flowers on here, then I'll show you my felt flowers. I've made 3 of them already, but the 2 of them I'll show you how I roll them and how I put them on. And if you're just jumping on, just share my video and then comment that you did, and I'll get back with you at the end of my video. Reason why is because I'm offering 40% off my chalk site. So I'll send you to my site. That way you can look at whatever you'd like, let me know. And then I'll order it for you and send you the invoice for it. That way you can get the 40% off still. This R is not staying. But on my site, there's other paste transfers and surfaces. My R is all messed up because that little piece won't stay. Anyway, since my R is not messing up, after this, all I'm just gonna do is get like a little Q-tip and wet it, and then I'll just rub off in the middle where it's supposed to not show ink, and it'll come right off. All right, and then this is a different font. This is the flowers. See how well I can get this one off. I don't think the Cricut stencils are meant to be more than one-time use, but I'm doing it. All right, I'm just gonna put the little pieces in. These probably won't stay either, but we'll go with it. Yeah, it is definitely mess up proof, which is good. But mess ups build character. You can see over here, like I kind of hit the black over here, but I can just fix it at the end with the wet Q-tip and it'll come off. If you guys have questions, you can send me a little comment on there and I'll try to respond to it. And And the reason I'm dabbing it is because if I smear it, it will probably either move the Cricut stencil or it might just like bleed underneath it, and then it's gonna look really messy. But I found if I dab it, it's not so bad. The couture has silk screen transfers, like fonts, but I just don't have them, so I'm using my Cricut for it right now. But that would make a whole heck of a lot easier. Alright, I think that's done. So I'm going to peel up this. Oh, it's not too bad. Let's see how jacked up my R is. It didn't turn out too bad. Woo. Oops. Alright. I'll let that dry before I pull that thing off. So this here, I'll show you really quick. Don't have a Q-tip on me right now. This is just water. But comes right off with some water. I made a little mess here. Okay. Now we'll do the flowers and that's it. I'm gonna plug my hot glue gun in. So here's my felt flowers. They have on the Cricut Design Space, I don't know if you guys care or not, but they have different kinds of flowers. It cuts them out like in a spiral, like this, it comes out. This is just felt. So I get the felt sheets. And then I'll show you how I roll them. And then here's some leaves that I cut out too. Different size, different leaf. But I've rolled 3 of them already. So I'll do this as quick as I can. The end right here, I grab it with the tweezer thing, and then I roll it inwards. Just kind of here. I just roll it in. I do the center part as tight as I can. And then I take it out. And then I roll the rest by hand. It's kind of easier for me to roll it by hand. And I try to get it looser as I go, so it kind of shapes more like a flower. All right. And then once you get to the end, there's like a little flap, and then you just kind of put it underneath your flower. And then I just take a hot glue gun. See if it's hot enough yet. Oh boy. Nope. It ain't hot yet, hang on. Do the same with this one. So it comes out like this, and then I roll it in. Hey, if you guys are just popping on, this is couture, but I'm at the end now, so I'm using my Cricut stuff. But the border here is silk transfer. That's from couture, and I used chalk paste, so it's removable with water. They have inks, so they are permanent, but for this purpose, I'm just using the paste. And then the chalk is also a chalk couture silk screen transfer with the paste. But right now, the fresh cut, I did that with my Cricut stencil, and then these felt flowers I did with the Cricut. I'm just rolling them. So it comes out like that. Trying to get my glue hot. I should have plugged it in earlier. There we go. Alright, so I just glued the base down, and they come out just like that. Let me fix this one really quick. Once you get the hang of it, they're super easy to do. You can do cardstock too, but I like the felt ones better. Alright, so now I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put my flowers in the bed of the truck. I got glue everywhere. So you kind of just space them around, play with it. There isn't really a rhyme or reason to it. This leaf, I kind of just fold it in the middle, and then I glue it like this so it kind of gives it some dimension to it. And then I squeeze the glue in, and it's like that. It's so cute. Fix this flower. Alright, so to get them onto the canvas, I just glue the bottom of the flowers, and then I stick it on. And then for my leaf, I'm just going to glue the end of it. And stick them on. We got 2 more flowers and 2 more leaves, and then we're good. All right, 1 more leaf. Now I'm going to glue the top of it and give it a little bit of a curve so it's not sticking out straight. See if I can get this piece off the flower. All right, you guys. So this is done. I had to fix the art because the little Cricut piece came off. But anyways, the canvas that I bought, since this is a reverse canvas, so when you buy canvas, it comes like this with the canvas part, and it's wrapped around the frame. So I just flip it over, and then I cut around this with the X-Acto knife, and it pulls off the canvas. And then I measure out where this is going to be over the canvas, and I cut out the excess stuff. And then I frame this, so like the one I did earlier, and even my chicken one, I just stained it. And then since this one, my canvas is done, I just put it over it, and then I just glue the underneath here on the corners, and then a staple gun, and just staple around, just like how you bought it. So it looks like a framed picture. But I will show you my finished product. I don't have this frame stained yet, so I can't do that right now, but this is how it came out. It's super cute. So the frame was Couture silk transfer, and so was the truck, and then the fresh cut flowers and my flowers are for my Cricut. But that's it. So like I said, if you are interested and you've already shared it, I will get back with you and I'll send you my chalk site website, and you can go on there and message me what you want. Don't order it yet, just message me, and then I can order it for you and send you the invoice. That way you get the 40% off. But thanks you guys for watching. If you have questions, you can also message me. Okay, thank you, bye.